All right, welcome back, everybody. This is where I'm going to tell you about my secret weapon called OpenPhone. And so the reason I found this is I've always been someone that wants to go a little bit above and beyond, provide the best possible customer experience. And although I love Hospitable and I use it for everything pre-stay, I always after that would go and switch it to text messaging for the rest of the guest day because that's more familiar to the guest. It's easier. It's more personal touch. Um, and I did that for a long time with my own phone, especially during COVID when I got started doing the co-hosting part. It was kind of easy because I had nowhere to go, couldn't do anything. But guests loved it. And there was an added benefit of the end of a stay. I could send them basically screenshot the review I was going to send them and say, thanks for being an amazing guest. By the way, I left you this 5-star review. You're welcome back anytime. And because they would get a text message and see that they were getting a 5-star review and they were getting a screenshot of that 5-star review, we almost never got anything other than a 5-star, which allowed me to offer that 5-star guarantee. People loved it. Then I had their phone number and I could text them, and if they never wanted to rebook, they could text me and book that way. And it's a much more personal experience than being like one of many in a Hospitable inbox or Airbnb inbox. And it feels like you're actually communicating with a human because I've stayed at a bunch of places that have automated messaging set up and you book and like 3 seconds later, you get a big long message. And then, even if you've, no matter the scenario, the day of, you get a big long check-in message or if you're booking last minute, you get a thanks for booking. And then we'll send you the information in 3 days. And then you'll get the check-in message all at once. And you just know, like, okay, I'm not communicating with an actual person. But with OpenPhone, you can also automate everything, which I'll show you. You can set up a bunch of amazing custom notifications for yourself and for your team. And you can just have an actual business phone line that doesn't live in your actual phone. That was my big thing when I brought on teammates. Is like, wow, the text messaging thing works. It's great. But all the phone numbers and everything lives in my phone. Now it'll be in this amazing online dashboard that I can use on my phone with multiple different phone numbers on my actual phone or on the desktop. So it's easy for my team. So that's kind of a brief overview of why I love it. But OpenPhone is a game changer. I use it every single day. It's how I communicate with all my guests. Every step of the stay, they get a message that feels like it's from me directly, but it's really my team just kind of operating a dashboard, putting in the right information, and then it gets sent to them perfectly every single time. But it feels like that personal connection, even though it is automated. And there's several steps in the communication process that are automated. But with OpenPhone and Airtable and Zapier, you can make it feel personal, even though it is an automated thing. All right. Hope that kind of gives you a brief overview, but I'm excited to show you what it actually looks like in practice. All right, so this is what it looks like inside of OpenPhone. And you can see here all the different contacts, but what you'll notice is this is for the guest line. This is a maintenance phone number, different phone number, cleaning team phone number, different number, owners. I have my automated messages. This is something for Lindsay's business. This is 2 no-code STR ones, one to send automated messages, and then another one that's basically my number in that business. All this lives in one place. And if somebody texts any of those numbers, the alert shows up to where you can know to jump into that inbox, find it. And it's just so amazing because instead of having like all of it all jumbled up into one, you can keep the owners separate. And let's say I don't want my team to see the owner messages. I just don't give them access to that phone number. So they don't even see that that's an option, but they can see cleaning team, maintenance. They can see the guest line. They don't see the automated messages that go out to everybody, but they will see the ones that come to them as notifications, which I'll show you in a second. And I'd mentioned before, but whenever somebody books, all their information gets put into Airtable through Zapier. Then from there, from Airtable, it gets put into OpenPhone immediately. So again, someone books, they call 30 seconds later. I'm saying, hey, Roberto, can't wait to host you in Lake Lure, North Carolina. And I already know who they are, where they're staying, because remember that big long formula field that I had put in the first, Airtable video? Look, all of this is the contact name. So if a phone number rings, I'm seeing, okay, who the person is, what property they're staying at, when they're staying, all like that. So I'm never guessing when I'm answering the phone. I know exactly who I'm talking to. Plus, you can map all these in. You do it one time for all properties, and then it'll pull in the right address, it'll pull in the right pricing, it'll pull in the right commission rate, all of it automatically, super helpful. Then through Airtable, I'll show you a little peek behind the curtain. I showed you the demo where my teammates would select, the door code, the time, and then has the door code been set? Then they can see the preview message. Well, this is what an actual text message looks like. And so, this part is pulled in based on where they're staying. This part, basically here, is all pulled in based on what time is chosen. So 1 p.m. in this case. If it's 4 o'clock, it'll say, but we will update you, based on our cleaners when they're done. But any other thing will say that you can actually head over anytime after 2 p.m., 3 p.m., noon, whatever it is, it'll go in there correctly. This address will be put in dynamically. I have it set up to where each home, if there are little special kind of nuances to the property, like gate codes, etc., there's a section where we put it in one time for every property. Then that gets it put in there perfect. Here is the door code for this particular guest. Obviously, this is a prior stay, so it doesn't work anymore. So don't go trying it. But this is entered in Airtable or in the dashboard for my team, and it automatically gets put into the text message correctly. Wi-Fi automatically pulled in from Airtable to be correct for that property. And then this image that I have to show them the front of the home automatically pulled in from Airtable. So what I'm telling you is this whole text message, once they put that information in, they can either say, click send now, or they can say, click schedule at 9 a.m. and then right at 9:02, I guess 8:01 on this case, the message gets sent with all those details. And so they can set it up the day before. Once they verify the door code is set and everything like that, we know what the cleaning team is going to look like. And then the next morning at the perfect time for whatever we feel is the perfect time to, give them advance notice and to, beat them before they ask me for any information, they're getting the message. But no, send it too early to where they're getting disrupted. So this message gets sent out perfectly. Then the next day, 9:03, every time, they get this message. Good morning. First name is obviously pulled in dynamically. Make sure you're having a great time so far. Please text if you need anything at all. This is a very important part of each guest day for us. This is where we find out if they're having a great time. We discover if there are any issues. That way we can address them, take care of them while they're still there, instead of finding out afterwards when they're upset and have had a bad time and they tell us about it in a review. Proactively asking them how they're doing, but doing it in a text message so it's more personal. Again, this feels like we're real people. Even though it's automated, it feels like a personal touch because it's a text message. And not everyone knows how to use the Airbnb app, the VRBO app. They might not be that tech savvy, but everyone knows how to use their phone. And this is a text message coming to them. So then we know, all right, glad to hear it. Keep having a great time. Text if you need anything. We'll do thanks. Then on checkout, the day before checkout, they get these instructions. Again, these are all tailored to the property. So if there's a special thing make sure you put the trash can at the far left side of the driveway when you leave, or whatever dumb specific thing for that property, you can put it in the Airtable and then it'll pull it in for this checkout message when the time comes. But this is one zap to set it up. This is one zap to set it up. This is one zap to set it up for as many properties as you have. You have 1,000 properties, it's one zap. They just pull in the right information from Airtable. Again, that's the magic. And And then here I have it set up where this is an old version of what I did, but they click here. And they have this form they can fill out. I'm just going to show you how it works. Absolutely, we loved it. Yes, it looks great. Or there were some problems. Yep, no issues at all. Yada, yada, yada. They can write any information here. And if they hit submit, and again, you'll notice great time, first name. If when I click this button, it would say, here, I'll just do it. Okay. Tests. We are checked out. This gets clicked. Thanks for filling out the form, Roberto. Hope you had a great time. Clearly, this is old information, but we should get a text message in a second showing us that information. So let me go back to Roberto. So anyway, here's the checkout information. Will do. Thanks for letting me know. This is what I was talking about before. Thanks again for being such a great guest. Just left you a 5-star review. Keep my number. Text anytime if you'd like to come back. And then this is a screenshot we send them. Again, this is something my team gets a notification less than 30 seconds after Airbnb opens up the review window. They get a message saying, hey, time to review Roberto. Here's a link to the conversation. They click that. They know the steps to follow. And to show you this part, Zapier or OpenPhone has these snippets where you can click them. You can write all these pre-made messages, so you have them for any commonly asked questions. This one is review. So if I click here, this just says, hi, blank. Thanks for being such a great guest. Just left you a 5-star review. Keep my number, text anything. So see how familiar that is? And my team just knows, fill in the name, obviously, and then add the screenshot. This is a thing they have to do manually, but it's so easy that they can't get it wrong. And so just show you. Place is awesome. Had a great time. We've checked them as having a great time in our Airtable, again, through their dashboard. So we know, all right, they've had an awesome time. We need to make sure we follow up again and get a review from this guy. So 2 days later, if we have that yet to get a review from him, my team gets a notification saying, hey, please send a review follow-up to Roberto. Again, same thing. They get a link to this conversation. They know to just type in review follow-up. And then, again, does this look familiar? They just put in the name, hit send. Take all the guesswork out of it, make it so simple. Anybody can do it. And in the notification saying do the review follow-up, it says use the review follow-up snippet. So you just follow the simple steps and amazing results happen. And then, yes, I'll definitely leave you a 5-star rating, no problem. We secured that 5-star, making the property more valuable, listing more valuable. And because we keep track of how how the stay is going, they're way more likely to do that and leave us that review. Another amazing thing about OpenPhone is you can do internal comments. So this is the message that I just filled out the checkout form. So it's an automation saying, Roberto, accepted, has filled out the checkout form. Have a great time. You have to look great. No issues at all. Again, this is test for NoCode SDR. There you go. This is an automation. Everything got put into Airtable when that form was filled out. Once that was filled out, notification came with all the results sent to my team. And what we do is if we notice like, oh, it's 9 o'clock and they're supposed to be about at 11, let the cleaners know the guests are out, which makes it really simple for them. That way they know, oh yeah, reminder, I need to tell the cleaning team that they're out. They have 2 extra hours to clean. It's amazing for them. But if there's any issues here, this is information we're getting before the reviews period's open. So if they're like, oh, it was really dirty, we know, okay, I'm so sorry about that. We will definitely address that with our team. we're going to give you $50 to buy you some breakfast tacos on the way out of town as an apology, yada, yada, yada. We just saved a 3-star review with a short, easy gesture because we had the information to do it. Or if there's anything broken, we now know before the cleaning team even gets there, okay, we need to get our handyman over there to fix it, take a look at it, etc. And it's all things that it's all being pulled in automatically. Then whenever our cleaners are done, I'll show you their side of it in 1 second. But let's go to this real quick. This is called internal comments. And I can comment to my team, hey, you can disregard this making a video. And so I just messaged my teammate who's watching this phone line in here about what this means. And the more practical way of using that is so she just thumbs it up right there. So I know she's watching. But what's amazing is if she has a question about what a guest asked, she can at Sean or add another person on our team and say, I'm not sure how to reply to this. We can reply in the actual conversation thread with whatever the details are. She can just copy and paste it, hit send, and then the guest thinks they're talking to one person, but really there's 3 people working on the problem all in the thread instead of exchanging a bunch of screenshots or getting on Slack and it being really messy. It's all right here. Makes it really, really simple. On that note, let me see if we can find something else real quick. 1 second. Okay, here's an example of a booking text that was sent automatically. As soon as booking happened, boom, just got a new booking. This property, check in, check out, adults, kids, updated calendar here. Thanks for everything. Let me know if you have any questions. Same with this. But also, there's a quick reminder, we have a checkout tomorrow. This time, here's a link to the calendar so they can look at that, see if there's back-to-back, etc. Please fill out this form when cleaning. Works the exact same way as the form you just saw me fill out, where all the information goes into Airtable. Our team gets notified saying, the home is clean, let any guest know if they can head over early, if there's any incoming guests. But it'll also have all the answers. So did the guest really clean? Yes. Is there everything look good in the house? Anything broken? No. Any supplies needed? They click a few boxes saying we need sponges, we need whatever. And then all of a sudden we know we need all those things. There's no sloppy texting back and forth between us and our team. They just fill out a quick, easy form and all that information goes in there. Plus, all the information they fill out on the cleaning form gets tied to that guest. So we know in Airtable and in our dashboards, oh, Roberto left the place looking messy. So then we know, okay, let's take him off our marketing list. He didn't respect the home. We also can then know how to leave our review, whether we do the 5-star or not. So very helpful, amazing tool. Again, you can have 5 people working, looking at these different things at the same time, but you can just do the communication internally, which is amazing. All these are different phone numbers. You can selectively give people certain access, not other access. But as far as notifications, that's where it just really takes things to a new level. Let me pause it and I'll show you a few others. Here's an example of this. Use your judgment. Should we use OpenPhone to send a review follow-up for this person? Guest is marked as not sure. Again, that's pulled in from Airtable because they didn't reply, so we didn't really know if they were having a great time or not. But you click here, it'll automatically pull to that exact conversation thread. And then make sure Demi, that pulled in, hasn't already left a review by downloading the hospital report, yada, yada. Same thing with this person. So it just makes it to where it's so foolproof. Where this is probably 3 days after this day, they get that notification, my teammate does, to follow up with them. And if we had marked them as yes, it'll say definitely request a review from this person. Not sure, use your best judgment, read through the different notes, make sure you think it's a good idea. Find one more for you. Okay, last few. I kind of referenced this before. This is the same day booking. Make sure to set door code and check-in time for this person. Make sure check-in instructions were sent to this person. These two will not be sent if on that day at that time, so like on check-in day by a certain time, they're already in Airtable, those texts won't be sent. So they will not get that notification every single time, only when it's necessary, which is, huge game changer. Here's an example of a guest filling out the form again. Time to review Maxwell's group. Here's the cleaning team filling out their form. Let us know. And then a lot of times my team will use it as like a checklist. Got a review from okay, we got a 5-star, boom. Make sure message was sent to this person, sent. So you can see how powerful this is and how hard it is to mess it up. And again, it's all automated with the guests. Like they don't know that they're getting the check-in message essentially up, like automated, the checkup message the following day automated, the checkout message automated. And then, we do have some personal touch with the review stuff, but it's very easy and very simple. And again, it's all because of OpenPhone, Airtable, and Zapier. So really those three make up kind of the magic system. But hopefully you can see the power of this. I will add some more details below the video. I actually have a referral link if you are interested in signing up for OpenPhone. I think you get a couple months off, and then I get a little kickback. But I love it. Obviously, I have so many phone numbers with them, and I tell everyone that has a business, dude, you cannot live your life with all of your business in your phone, because then no one else can do it for you. If it lives in your phone, you're the bottleneck forever, and you're the one that's going to, be feeling the pain of having to do every single thing yourself. In this case, anybody can act as me on the maintenance line. They can also say, hey, this is me, Ann, instead of me, Sean. But that phone number and that conversation lives where everybody can see it. And so if one person, clocks out for the day, the next person can just pick up the conversation right where it right where it is, instead of someone always being tied to their phone, having a, frustrating, miserable existence, which we've all experienced. I have for sure for a long time, but I don't anymore. So that's part of the reason why I'm sharing this course and these different things, is because, I trust my team to do the right thing because I made it so simple for them. And yeah, we can talk about that more tomorrow, kind of the concept of the expert system and how I think this achieves that and why it's important. But anyway, this has been OpenPhone. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks again. Keep rocking it. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch all this. And hope it's helping. Thanks.